more of cash benefits. So like that, the employees can choose what kind of benefits they want. It depends upon the employees. Like there is a limited choice. They can choose only a few. So the employees have a choice in choosing which benefits they want in shared choice. So these are all the different types of pay policies that we have seen. So we have also compared the pay policies, different pay policies to the compensation objectives, and we found out that employer of choice is the best policy amongst all. That is amongst the lead policy, match policy, lag policy, hybrid is flexible policy. So amongst all these policies, employer of choice is the best policy because it satisfies three of the compensation objectives. That is, you can attract talented employees, you can retain them within your organization, and you can also keep in control your labor cost. So this is a comparison among all the pay policies that we have seen till now. Then we also saw that when you give stock shares of the company to employees, like mid-level employees and higher executive level employees, they get shares of the company. So when the shares of the company drop, like when there is a stock value decline, then the pay mix of the employees drastically changes. That means their benefit, stock option, bonus, base pay, everything changes. There is a reduction. So because the stock market has crashed, it has because of that their pay mix gets varied. So the pay mix of employees, those who are in the middle level and those who are in the higher level, it will not be the same always. It will vary according to stock market fluctuations. When they are getting shares as stock options, then their pay mix will vary according to the fluctuations that happen in the stock market. Now you see how the pay mix varies for different type of jobs in your organization. So this diagram shows for entry level jobs, those who have newly joined, what will be the pay mix. For middle level jobs, middle level managers, what will be the pay mix. For higher level executive people, what will be the pay mix. So you see that entry level, their base pay is very high. They are getting 75% to 80%, and cash incentive is very low, around 20. And they are not getting any stock options for entry level, those who have joined newly into the company. For middle level managers, the base pay is reduced 50%, and the cash incentives also is less, and they get stock options around 10 to 20%. Same way for executive jobs, you see the base pay is very less, around 10 to 15%. Cash incentives is more and stock options is more. So you see for middle level jobs and executive jobs, these jobs are performance based pay mix. So depending on their performance, their cash incentives and their stock options will vary. So these jobs, two jobs are considered critical for the organization success. The middle level managers and the executive managers, those jobs are considered critical for the company's performance. So the pay mix for those jobs is based on the performance of the employees, how they perform. If they perform well, then they will get more cash incentives and more stock options. If they don't perform well, then they will get less of cash incentives and stock options. Entry level jobs, the base pay and only cash incentive is given. because those kind of jobs are not very critical for the company's success. Those kind of jobs can be easily replaced also. You can get other newcomers to join into the company. So those kind of jobs, entry level jobs, are not very critical for the company's success. They can be easily replaced. So middle level and executive level, their kind of skills, expertise, experience cannot be easily replaced in the market. You may not find similar kind of people in the market. So the company puts more efforts to retain the middle level and executive level of employees because their skills will not be easily available in the market. Their expertise and their experience will not be easily available in the market. Whereas the entry level jobs, the skills they have can be easily found in the market and they can be replaced very fast. So now we see the consequence. What is the outcome of pay levels? That is, if your total compensation is competitive, that means it is very attractive to your employees. It's a competitive one. You are able to compete well in the market with other employers because your total compensation is competitive. So your labor cost is controlled, that is, your operating expenses are contained, it is within control. You will have a very good pool of qualified employees, and these employees will be having good experience and good quality skills, expertise, everything. They will be very well qualified and skilled employees, and you can reduce voluntary turnover. That means employees leaving on their own, that can be reduced. If your total compensation is competitive and it is satisfying and attractive to your employees, then there is less chance of employees leaving your organization. That is known as voluntary turnover. On their own, employees leaving the organization is known as voluntary turnover. The next outcome is you can have more chance, or you can have less probability of trade union in your organization. Most of the companies today, they don't have the trade union concept now, like most of the modern companies of today. But there, in some government companies, the trade unions are still there and they have some influence on the management of these government companies. So, if your total compensation is competitive, then you can do away with trade unions. There is more chance that your company will be trade union free. That means no trade unionism will be formed in your company. And the next outcome is you can reduce all kind of strike which happens related to pay related work stoppage, that is labor going on strike because they are not happy with their salary, with their incentives. Those kind of strikes, labor strikes, will be greatly reduced in your organization if your total compensation is competitive. So pay related work stoppage will be greatly reduced. So this is the outcome if your total compensation is competitive, it is attractive and satisfying to employees. You can control your labor cost. You can increase the chance of attracting talented employees, qualified employees, skilled employees towards your organization. You can retain them within your organization. There is less chance of them leaving your organization, that is voluntary turnover, and you can also have no trade unionism in your organization, and you can also reduce any kind of pay related work stoppage happening in your organization. So these are the consequences or outcomes if you have a very good pay mix in total compensation in your organization. Total compensation will include pay level and pay mix. So the other consequences of pay level and pay mix decisions is that your organization will become more efficient in its performance. It will be considered as a fair paymaster by the employees. The employees will think that they are getting fair treatment from the company. So there will be increased compliance by the company. That means the company will follow the labor laws and what are the rules regarding regarding compensation. What are the rules and regulations in the in the country regarding labor? What are the rules and policies and regulations? All that the company will follow. So that is compliance. So this is the additional outcome of having competitive pay level and pay mix in your organization. You will become more efficient as an organization. You will be considered more as a fair job master by the by the employees, and there will be increased compliance by the company. They will follow what are the labor laws, the rules and regulations of the country. They will follow that. So, to achieve efficiency in your organization, usually companies follow the lead policy. That means they pay more than competition. They pay more than market. So they follow that lead policy because they feel that they can attract and hire good qualified employees, and they can reduce shirking. Shirking means employees avoiding work. They can reduce that. The number of employees avoiding work can be reduced. So then the efficiency of the company will increase if they follow lead policy. But according to marginal productivity theory, they recommend that to achieve efficiency in the organization, they should follow the MASH policy. That means they should pay same as competition, same as what the market is paying. If they pay that, then they can attract talented employees, they can retain the talented employees, and their performance will be very good and efficiency of your company will increase. So this research on this, that how to make your organization more efficient, is still being debated whether to adopt a lead policy or whether to adopt a match policy or whether to adopt lag policy. So usually companies, what they do is, for those jobs which are critical for the organization's success, like marketing jobs, R&D jobs, research and development jobs. These jobs are very critical for the success of the organization. For these kind of jobs, they will pay lead policy. That means they will pay more than competition. And for those jobs which are not so critical for the organization success, like middle level managerial jobs, middle level jobs of the managers of different departments and all, those kind of jobs which are not so critical for the company's success, they follow the match policy. That is, they pay the same as what competition is paying. And for the other jobs like administrative jobs or for entry level jobs or for other supportive jobs, they will follow the lag policy. Those jobs are not very critical for the company's success. Those jobs can be easily replaced. You can find other people to fill up those jobs. So those kind of jobs you will follow the lag policy. So, like this, some companies follow flexible policies. That means, depending on which jobs are important for the organization's success, they follow lead policy. Which jobs are not so important or for the organization, they follow a match policy. And for administrative and other entry level jobs, they follow the lag policy. So the flexible policy, this is called as flexible policies. So the flexible policies, if a company is adopting, it should make sure that it is aligned to their business strategy, whatever policy they are adopting, it should be matching to their business strategy, and it should be giving fair treatment to employees. It should not be that you are exploiting employees or you are being unfair to employees. You should give fair treatment to your employees. And to achieve fairness in your organization, fairness means your employees are satisfied with the salary they are getting, with the benefits they are getting, they are satisfied. So when they are satisfied, they will feel that they are being treated well by the organization, they are getting fair treatment by the organization. So not much research has been done in this area. So it depends upon organization to organization. It depends upon the each organization how they want to fix their pay levels and pay mix to be considered fair by employees. How they should satisfy their employees, that depends on company to company. Compliance is where the employers follow what is the legal labor wage requirements, that is minimum wage act and all they should follow for skilled jobs and unskilled jobs. So they should make sure they are paying according to the law. They should not pay less for women as compared to men, or they should not pay less to disabled employees as compared to the normal employees. So there are laws for this discrimination against gender, or discrimination because of caste, or discrimination because of religion, or because of nationality. This kind of discrimination, there are laws for that. So companies should not break those laws. They should follow their laws. And there is also laws that pension, healthcare, all should be paid. It is mandatory for companies to pay in some countries. So the company should follow all those labor laws and regulations. That means it is following compliance. It is following the laws and rules of the particular country wherever it is operating. So this is how the company can achieve efficiency, fairness, and compliance by designing their pay level and pay mix in a competitive manner. So, how to make your pay policy competitive? You have to make your pay policy competitive so that it is as per what the competition is paying, or it is better than competition, and it is your pay policy is able to attract talented employees towards your organization, is able to retain them. Why you need to make your pay policy competitive is that it will affect your labor cost, it will affect the productivity in your organization, and it will affect how you are able to attract and retain employees. So only if your pay policy is competitive will your labor cost will be controlled, it will be contained, your productivity will increase, your labor will be more productive, and you will be able to attract talented employees and retain them within the organization. So, whatever pay level and pay mix you are deciding in your organization, it should send signals to potential employees regarding what kind of an employer the company will be. whether it will be an employer that is friendly towards employees, it gives fair treatment to employees, it wants to satisfy employees, or is it an employer who is not bothered about employees and who wants to give unfair treatment to employees. So to establish the pay rates in your organization, that is what kind of pay level and pay mix you want in your organization, there are some steps to be taken by the organization. That is, you should conduct a salary survey, that is among all your competitors. Who are the other employers, who are what they are paying for your similar kind of jobs, what are they paying, you should find out through this salary survey. Then you should do job evaluation of all the jobs in your organization. You should find out the value of all the jobs in your organization. Then you should group the similar jobs into different groups, and for each group you will decide a pay grade, and within the pay grade you will have wave curves. That means for entry level jobs you will have a different price, for mid level jobs you will have a different price, for top level or executive level jobs you will have a different price. That is known as wave curves within each pay grade. Then you have to fine tune these pay rates. That is business environment, you know, it is dynamic. Always some changes will be happening in the business environment. So when any changes happens to the business environment, then you have to make small changes in your pay rates. So that is called as fine tuning or adjustments to be made in your pay rates. So this is how the steps which you should follow to establish a competitive pay policy and pay level in your organization. So first you do a salary survey on all the other employers, then you do a job evaluation within your organization, then you do grouping of similar jobs, then you decide pay grade for each jobs, then you decide wave curves within each pay grade, and then you keep monitoring and adjusting the pay rates as per the changes that happen in the external environment. So this is another diagram which is showing you how the pay system is developed. You will already have job description of each job in your organization. Job description we have already seen is a document which describes each job, which tells what is the title of the job, what is the role, what is the responsibilities, what is the duties of each job, all the details of each job, what is the skills, what is the qualification required, the full details of each job is made into documents known as job description. So you review that, what is the job description of all the jobs in your organization. Then you do a job evaluation. You find out the value of each jobs. Like I told you earlier, you build a pay structure where the jobs which are critical to the success of the organization, they will be placed at the top of the structure, and those who are not at all important to the organization success, they will be placed at the bottom of the pay structure. Then you do a wage survey outside the organization, wage survey on all the other competitors, the other employers, how much they are paying for the similar jobs that you are paying, how much are they paying. You find out through the wage survey. Then you build your pay structure, you decide the pay level and pay mix for each job. Then for individual pay, you will make some adjustments depending on their skills. They may be having specialized skills or a specialized qualification. So depending on that, you will make a small variation in individual pay, and then you keep monitoring and updating your pay system. So this is how the steps which are followed to build a pay system within the organization. So, wage survey, we will see in the next class what are the steps to be followed in wage survey. So, I will stop here.